I was outside reading during my lunch break and then. Hello guys and welcome to I Love Reading, a channel about interesting book-related subreddit topics. If you love our content, please press the like button, leave a comment and lastly, if you're new here, subscribe to our channel. Now let's get started. A random woman driving by in her car paused beside me in her car and waved with a smile. I waved back and returned with a smile myself. I was a bit surprised and kind of felt out of it because I was somewhat engrossed in my book. I was really in the zone here, reading Wise that is. My first initial thought was, wow, she must have been a fellow reader herself and probably wanted to exchange hellos before we went out separate ways. Anyhow, she drove off and I headed back to work. I just wanted to share something somewhat wholesome, but it definitely did make my day. I usually read in the same outside spot during my lunch break, and occasionally a few people will pass by me, but today was definitely something new for me, and if I wasn't reading outside, I wouldn't be greeted with such a friendly hello. Similar story, but with a disappointing ending. There was an unusually long line at Wendy's, so I brought my book in. Attractive, slightly older woman standing next to me in line asks what I'm reading. I start to tell her about the book, and her eyes glaze over. I can tell she's not listening. Just waiting for her turn to talk. So I quickly finish my brief synopsis and she says, "Okay, but have you ever read the Bible?" And that's when I looked around at everyone standing in line and noticed they were all dressed in their Sunday best. The after-church crowd. I had someone ask the same thing years ago, and I casually replied with, "Yeah, it's a pretty complex fantasy story. Never got yelled at like back then in my entire life. Haha. I will never get tired of telling this story because it's so stupid it's almost unreal." I've had similar experiences. The Bible is not an appropriate response to someone asking about your favorite book. Really just a good way to kill any sort of discussion. I hate that too. I am religious. I like reading the Bible. I believe in the Bible. But that's not what people are asking when they ask what your favorite book is. When the question, what books would you want with you on a desert island? Tons of people mention the Bible. Like, sure. That makes sense. But that's not what people are really asking when this question is asked. They want to know what your favorite novels are. I got so tired of this response that I started adding. Excluding any religious novels which are already provided for you on the island. I already read the Bible. I'm not asking this to find out who's a Christian. I want to get to know you and maybe get some new reading suggestions by finding out what 3 books you'd pick if you could only have 3 novels for the rest of your life. What works of fiction have moved you so much that they'd be one of your 3? In my experience, 99% of strangers on the street who say hello follow up with a sales pitch, a request for money, or religious proselytizing. Because of this, I'm always extremely skeptical of people randomly approaching me and acting friendly. At my last job, I started reading a book during my break instead of being on my phone. The amount of weird stares I got was amusing. My 60-year-old supervisor even commented, "You're reading instead of being on your phone?" For some reason, everyone just talks at me when I am reading a book, but respects my space when I am on my phone. So now I read on my Kindle app. I don't want to rain on your wholesome parade, but was there anyone standing behind you who may have been the intended recipient of the hello? No, you jive turkey. There's this cute girl who reads at lunchtime near the mall. Any idea how to approach her? If I knew the book she was reading, I would probably start reading it too to make a conversation. LOL. You don't need to know what book she's reading. Simply ask her how she's enjoying the book and they'll happily answer. As a fellow reader, people love talking about themselves and what they're currently reading. Write your number on a bookmark, say or write you don't want to interrupt but would love to hear about what she's reading. Take your own book and sit next to her to read. I would be so annoyed if someone did that, especially if they started up a conversation and distracted from my book. Maybe wait until she goes to leave and then start a conversation. There you have it. Interesting reading experiences by Redditors. As an appreciation for watching this video till the end, click the link in the description below, sign up, and choose 2 books of your liking from a collection of more than 150,000 audiobooks. Completely for free. Thank you for watching till the end. If you loved the video, don't forget to press the like button and also subscribe to I Love Reading. See you on the next video.